Did you know there exists a fish so terrifying that if it were the size of a shark, the ocean would be uninhabitable for humans? Meet the fangtooth fish, a living nightmare of the deep, a creature whose appearance looks like it was designed straight out of a horror film. Its teeth are so oversized for its body that scientists joke it would struggle to close its mouth. And yet, somehow, it thrives in the pitch-black depths of the ocean, thousands of meters below the surface. Imagine this. You are drifting in total darkness, where the pressure is hundreds of times stronger than on land, where sunlight has never penetrated. Out of the void comes a small but grotesque creature with teeth larger, proportionally, than those of a Tyrannosaurus rex. This is not science fiction. This is the fangtooth. The fangtooth is relatively small. Adults usually only grow to about 16 centimeters long, though in rare cases they can reach 18. But size doesn't matter here. What matters is its horrifying design. Its head is disproportionately large, its mouth jagged with teeth so sharp and long they've had to evolve special pockets inside the jaw just to avoid stabbing themselves. Think about that. Nature created an animal so overloaded with weapons that it needed to invent a sheath for its own fangs. As Albert Einstein once said, the most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it is comprehensible. The fangtooth is a perfect embodiment of that paradox. It looks utterly alien, terrifying, almost incomprehensible, and yet every bizarre feature it has is logical. It lives in a place without light, where food is rare, and survival is brutally competitive. Its oversized teeth aren't an exaggeration. They are tools to grab and never let go of the rare prey that wanders into its path. You might be shocked to learn that despite its appearance, the fangtooth is harmless to humans. In fact, fishermen who accidentally bring them up often describe them as fragile and disoriented once removed from the crushing depths they call home. Imagine a monster that rules in the abyss but becomes almost helpless in shallow waters. That's the fangtooth paradox, a nightmare in one world, a victim in another. Scientists have studied fangtooth stomachs and found surprising things. Sometimes tiny crustaceans, sometimes fish almost half their size. They eat what they can when they can because in the deep ocean, meals are unpredictable. It's not like a lion hunting daily or a shark patrolling reefs. Down there, you can wait weeks before a meal appears, so when opportunity comes, you grab it with everything you've got. Think of the fangtooth as the ultimate survivor. Its body has adapted to withstand pressures that would crush submarines. Its skin is dark, rough, almost like armor, designed to disappear into the black waters. Its sensory systems are tuned not to sight, since there's no sunlight, but to vibrations and subtle movements. Picture being blind in a desert but able to feel every grain of sand shifting a kilometer away. That's the fangtooth's gift. Now here's a fascinating twist. Fangtooth larvae look nothing like the adults. The young are nearly transparent, fragile, almost delicate creatures that drift with plankton. Then, as they grow, they transform into monsters of the abyss. It's as if the ocean grows them from innocence into terror. Imagine if human children were born as glowing angels and slowly turned into demons as they matured. That's the fangtooth life cycle. The ocean has always been a mirror of myth. Ancient sailors spoke of sea monsters waiting in the dark. Maybe they saw whales, maybe squids, or maybe, just maybe, some of their legends were born from glimpses of creatures like the fangtooth, rising unexpectedly in nets. As the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you. Perhaps the fangtooth is the abyss looking back. In popular culture, sharks and giant squids steal the spotlight, but the fangtooth reminds us that the ocean's true strangeness lies not in its giants, but in its nightmares scaled small. It's proof that nature doesn't need size to terrify, it only needs design. And here's a fact that will surprise you. The fangtooth holds the record for surviving in the deepest waters of any fish ever captured alive. They have been found as deep as 5,000 meters below the surface. That's 5 kilometers straight down. To put that into perspective, if Mount Everest were flipped upside down and submerged, fangtooths could swim near its peak. Scientists believe that the Fangtooth may even go deeper than that, into zones we still haven't reached. This means the ocean's most extreme predator, relative to its size, may still be living in places no human eye has ever seen. Imagine how many more mysteries remain down there if this little monster is just one example. Despite their terrifying appearance, fangtooths may play an important role in the ecosystem. By feeding on smaller fish and crustaceans, they keep populations balanced in a world where imbalance could cause collapse. In this sense, they are not villains, but guardians of equilibrium. The horror mask hides a stabilizer of life. It's ironic, really. Humans fear sharks because they look dangerous, but sharks are predictable. With fangtooths, the danger is not real to us, yet their image is infinitely scarier. It shows us that fear isn't about reality, it's about imagination. Mark Twain once wrote, "Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities, truth is." The fangtooth fish is living proof. If you wrote this creature into a science fiction novel, readers might laugh it off as too absurd. Yet here it is, swimming in our own planet's oceans, stranger than anything we could invent. Next time you see a calm ocean surface, remember, under that mirror just a few kilometers below, there exists a world of monsters too bizarre for Hollywood. And among them, the fangtooth fish is waiting with its nightmarish smile. If this story fascinated you, don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. Because the more we uncover about the deep ocean, the more we realize. Earth's greatest mysteries are not in space, but right beneath our feet, hidden in the blue.